welcome back to my stream. Depending on where you are watching this on, you might know me as MxMischiefMaker or Asian Mischief Productions. You can call me Raven. My pronouns are they, them. And today we're gonna get back into some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I'm just need to make sure that everything looks okay over on YouTube, and then we can get started. Make sure that folks on YouTube can see what's going on. All right. So let us hop back into the game. It's been a week. Hopefully I remember all the controls and everything. I'm sure I will. But yeah. Let's dive back in. I'm going to continue. Let me know if the audio and everything sounds okay. If the music's too loud or anything. I'm going to turn it down and just let it skosh. Go to settings real quick. That helps a little. Let's get back into it. Okay. So I do want to get, I think, my bravery up to a 20. So I just need to remember what exactly gets me my bravery stats. Is there anybody who wants to talk to me? Need more bravery to get over there. So I probably should do like sports. Yeah. Let's see about that. Play sports ball. Yep. And bravery. Let's do it. You're paired with Nougat in practice. You make the mistake of underestimating her and she wipes the pitch with you. Get to work. Here we go. Victorious. You worked well this month. +1 bravery. Is that +3 bravery then? Ooh, yay! Excellent. Late dust becomes early wet. Okay, anybody want to talk to me? I should probably do some schoolwork next too. I just want to make sure no one needs me for anything. Do schoolwork, and then we'll do one more bravery session. Persuasion. Let's get in here. My stress isn't too bad so far. Engineering class could be good. Friendship with Tangents. Humanities. I'm looking to get more persuasion. Yeah, let's do humanities some more. Let's get some more creativity and persuasion. Tang has a secret admirer. She's totes embarrassed about it, but even she can't resist how nice it feels when someone leaves you little presents. Not quite sure what she's going to do with all those crystals and plants, but you're sure she'll manage. Okay. 0, 3. 3, 2, 1. What's that? Do anything? That's a win. Plus 1 creativity. Hell yeah. So what's our creativity? Somebody's at 11. Yeah, plus 2 persuasion. So that'll be nice. And 1 friendship with tangent. You're having a terrifying, familiar dream, a monster crashing through the walls, unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving, and searching for something. Hey! He tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're peeking through it, looking for something. Tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris, searching. Late night, I had a stress dream. You wake up shouting, "No!" But your voice is drowned out by a deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water? It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess this must be rain, but you've never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside, then another cracking rumble. Thunder. It must be a thunderstorm. It's still the early hours of the morning. You've already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now and then with great peals of thunder like footsteps of an angry beast. Go to parents for comfort. Your dad is awake too, watching the rain from the giant porthole in the kitchenette. He gives you a hug and you gaze out together. This is good, he says quietly. It means we'll have plenty of water for the crops. Pure, healthy water, just like on Earth. Everything's going to be okay, my little potato. You hug your dad tight and hope he's right. Wet. Mid-wet. Alright, let's look to Tangent. Tangent is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter-long pole and stack it into place. She points toward them. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now it's civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing in biology class. The book says it's what sets us apart from the animals. Like, we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes, and if it's too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Yeah, totally. Tangent nods absently, lost in her own thoughts. Humans are some of the only animals native to Earth that can sweat. I wonder, it seems so much warmer here than on Earth. Have the animals here developed the capability to sweat, or have they adapted to the heat in some other way? Together you watch as the foreman puts the blueprints for the scaffolding onto the floating screen for Hollow Palm and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I'd like to see an alien do that, Tang says primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Humans can literally bend reality to their will. Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger to her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, she says. All of us are, really, with our genetic enhancements. We're the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic superspecies. Well, she seems like she's on some eugenic shit. I'm not sure I want to hang out with her more. like to go wandering around. Sneak through the drain pipe. Okay. What's calling my name? Thus far, what is this? Large woolly blue creature is floating upside down. Near off the ground, it seems to be upside down, which is causing it some distress. Its segmented legs kick uselessly in the air as it tries to right itself. This must be a float cow. The colony is working on domesticating these, so you haven't seen one up close before. Her slitted eyes look at you imploringly. She makes a helpless, lowing noise, tries to flip over, but she can't. My animal skill is only a 2. I don't want to pop her. I'm gonna leave her. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you. Stop for lunch, eating an earth treat grown from your own greenhouses. A watermelon, nice and sweet, like a more solid potato pod. You munch away, spitting out the seeds. Practice spitting seeds. Take the challenge seriously, lining up targets, keeping score. Your aim improves. That's kind of funny. Understand this area. Keep exploring. Okay. Go back. That later. Sneak up to the expedition's office. Keep exploring. What's that? Pausing your tracks, hearing an ominous noise. Shoo, shoo, shoo. It gets louder and louder as you move forward. You don't see anything making the noise, but it seems to be coming from all around you. Bravely continue on. 27, good lord. 1, 2, 3. That's 13. 0, 0, 3. Okay, that's 10. Next. I'm around, we just need 4. 0, 1, 2, 2, 2. Taurus. This one, Kudos. Yeah, it's just alien crickets. Phew! They're so tiny, but there are millions of them. They look like little blades of grass and rub their sides against stuff to make that shoo, 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 shoo noise. You tuck your pant legs into your boots and continue on your way. Don't wander too far. Oh, wow. Let's just do this one last thing. Ahead of you, the road curves right, and there's a steep hill leading off to the left. You bet there's a really great view from top of it, but it's going to be a scramble to get up there. Hike up it. You leave your pack in some bushes at the base so you'll be lighter on your feet and start the trek. It's tiring and even steeper than it looks from the bottom, but some broad mushroom-capped trees provide shade. Hey, my perception's up too. The view from the top is spectacular. You can see all the way to the colony walls in one direction and down to a little sawmill in the other. Then you spot it. The rock. The most perfect boulder you've ever seen teetering right on the edge of the slope you just climbed up. It's almost as tall as you are and must weigh at least 2,000 kilos, but it's practically teetering there. You think with enough muscle you could push it over. Well, I don't have quite that much muscle. So, I need to get my ass back home. Yeah. Go home. Yes, go home. I'm gonna need to take a rest month next, I think. Shoot. How about the pipe? Austin stress. And straight into the barrel chest of Chief Surveyor Tonin. Well, 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 he says, and tries to put on his sternest look. It fails. We've been wondering where you disappeared to, Artemis. I sent Utopia out with some survey drones to look for you hours ago. You're lucky your parents have been too busy to notice yet. I should probably tell them. You start to sweat. But maybe you've already learned your lesson, he chuckles, his big hand claps you on the shoulder. No more playing outside the gates, okay? I'm sorry. Exploring, +2 bravery, +1 perception, and +1 friendship with Dis. Let's try to work on getting our perception up, too. But I need to take a rest month, I think. Or, oh, well, let's see about Dis. And let's see my dad first, and then Dis. You look a little worn out, my little firefly, your dad greets you looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R from the lounge would help recharge those solar cells. What do you say? Maybe I just need a hug. Your dad throws his arms wide. Well, get in here, tiger butter. After a long hug, you do feel a little better. Your dad gives incredible hugs. Yeah, I know I need a break soon. I will do that after I talk to Dis. You slip through the colony gates, feeling the breeze from the mushroom forest ruffle your hair. You look around for Dis, but he's nowhere to be seen. Maybe he went to class today? Probably not. As you're about to return to the colony, you hear what sounds like crying coming from one of the expedition vehicles. You pull back the tarp that keeps it from being blanketed with fungal spores and find Dis curled up in the cabin. He wipes his eyes and turns away. Go away, he mutters. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine, Dis sniffles. Just leave me alone. Do you want to talk about it? Why don't you go ask my sister, he mumbles. Tang is so mature. She knows everything. I'm just a sensitive little crybaby who doesn't know anything. Dis wraps his arms around his legs and hides his face in his knees. I hate her, he mutters. Everyone thinks she's so smart, but she's just a big meanie. I hate everyone here. I hate being here. I just want to be left alone. He rubs his nose on his sleeve. Except for you, I guess. Sometimes it feels like you're the only person who's ever tried to be my friend. Alright, to the lounge. Quarters. You organize a raid on the kitchen pantry for snacks. They want to be free. You must liberate them. Stress. Do I want to forget? So I'm going to get rid of first steps. Yeah. Days have been getting shorter, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. One day you wake up in the darkness and check your holopomp to know what time it is. You see a hollow stream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals, if you can even call it morning. They've named it glow season because, like, everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I am staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point in even going out if you can't see anything? It's going to be a long, boring month. No way, it looks cool out there. You peek out the window. The wormhole is the biggest you've ever seen it, like a massive fiery ring in the sky. The planet must be very close to it now. And out in the jungle, something new is taking place. The plants are flowering, glowing iridescent blooms, and everything is full of life. There are strange new sounds, long hooting calls, and gurgling roars. After Martha's message is noticed from the council warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tammy's dad and the other surveyors have been called back and the gates closed for the month. There's a tension in the air as if everyone is waiting for something. Glow. Wow, it's almost the end of the year. Okay. I should take another class. But let me see if there's anyone who wants to talk to me. River's 23. Ooh, taking that. My crystal cluster. Can I talk to this? This is staring off into the wilderness outside the gates. Just different, he mumbles. Don't know how, just different. You ask him what he means, but he just shakes his head and stuffs his hands in his pockets. Dare you to eat this worm? Oh, yeah? Discounters, well, I double dare you to eat a worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. You're no meek little hop-eye. Slimy, unsatisfying, very, very gross. Dis eats his like a noodle, slurping up and wrinkling his nose as it wriggles in his mouth. Yuck, he says, swallowing it whole, then shows you his empty mouth. You should have known better than to dare a person who fears nothing. Do I have enough bravery for this? Or do I need more toughness? Toughness 10 greater. My toughness is a 7. So I'm gonna leave. Just rested. Let's do a class. Maybe just get my perception up. Could register for engineering class. Let's do that. Using Congruence's HoloNet scheduling system is almost a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigating a confusing interface, but manage to add your name to a list of drop-in students. Engineering plus organizing. You're eligible to join Tangent, some of the older students in engineering classes. Done it. Okay, sick. Alright, let's do some engineering. Professor Howell rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the vet sciences, then engineering must be a dry one. But believe me, this class most definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird. You'll be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tangent raises her hand. Will I also learn about nuclear engineering? She asks. Professor Howell nods. Yes, it's a beginner level. We'll have an overview of atomic theory and take a field trip to the engine rooms to learn how our ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Alright, let's study. Brain. Skipping. Crawling. Giggling. I need to reorganize these. Didn't make that better. Oh, there we go. Booyah. Worked well this month plus 1 engineering. Ooh, got a lot of engineering now. Bravery is very good. The reasoning. 6, biology is 7, toughness is 7, perception. It's daytime when the emergency sirens start up. Well, it passes for day. It's nearly pitch black except for an eerie green twilight glow on the horizon. You look toward the gates. They're open. Wait, they shouldn't be open. 50 stress, Jesus. The alert blares out of every speaker in the colony. It's the same one used for hull breaches and fire, and in space it meant you were supposed to go to the nearest emergency shaft and put on a spacesuit. On Fortuna, it means go to an assembly point and wait for instructions. The closest assembly point is the children's creche, but from the opposite direction you hear shouting and loud popping noises. Gunfire? Is the colony under attack? Okay, let's help fight. You try your best to be brave and fight back. First you dodge some helpful grown-ups who point you back to the creche, then you head outside to get your bearings. You hear yelling from up the stairs command and a commotion to southeast at geoponics where your parents are working. Let's check on my parents. Your parents are defending the greenhouse from a pack of knee-high creatures which seem to have eyes growing all over their bodies. Their oily flesh ripples with constant, subtle motion as the individual eyes blink one at a time incessantly. You can't tell which end is which with these horrible things. Cal is standing nearby, wide-eyed. He slowly picks up a shovel and moves beside you. He reluctantly holds the shovel in front of himself like a weapon. Easy, dog, easy, he whispers. We don't want to hurt you. Get out of here, both of you! Run! Your mom shouts, attracting the pack's attention. All except one animal, which moves straight towards you and Cal. Let's figure out what it wants. You look into its too many eyes and see fear. This creature is scared of you. To Cal's amazement, you crouch down to look less threatening and choose two eyes at random to look into and communicate with. You start to reach out a hand, but the creature is trembling. Staring into its eyes has made it even more frightened than before. It pounces. Defend yourself. Okay, we can do 27. 1, 2, 3. Does a 10 work? 10 works just fine. Yep. Alright, 17.
Oh, bother.
3. It's a 12. 19. Let's go. 0, 0, 1, 2. Oh, -1. Mysterious structure. Okay. Win. Victorious. It's 2 combat. My toughness has gone up, it looks like. Or maybe it's boosted. It's 2. It's 25 kudos. You killed it. With nothing but a rake thrust deep into several of the creature's many eyes, the rest of the pack scampers off the moment it falls. Oh, I feel bad now. I've never killed anything before. The body of the creature that was so terrifying a minute ago now looks strangely small and harmless. All of its eyes have closed for good now. Cal crouches beside it in shock. I told you to run, Artemis. Uh-oh. Your mom looks furious that you put yourself in danger. She storms over and you think she's going to slap you. And suddenly she pulls you into her arms and hugs you. She keeps rocking you and saying, my baby, over and over. It's pretty surreal, almost as weird as the dog things with the eyes, honestly. After 2 weeks of darkness with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. Council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed this time. Okay, glow is over, and now I'm 11. Childhood is fleeting. The game will end when you reach 20, so you should focus on a few skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends button at the top left of the screen to keep track of them. Good luck. Okay, start age 11. Okay, so persuasion, creativity, bravery. It's my worst skill. Is it animals? That makes me sad. Oh wait, is it organizing? Yeah, it's organizing. Alright. So, yeah, we're mostly friends with everyone. We can be better friends with Dis. Looks like we have... Wait, can I see my friends? 28, Cal 15, Tangent 11, Dis 22, Mars 6. We didn't get to spend time with Tammy, so that's a 9. I need you to come. Alright, we might as well start age 11. Screw it. Let me see, is there anything? do humanities next. Do a class. Let me see about this. This wipes his eyes and hides his face as you approach. Go away, he sniffles. I just want to be left alone. Why don't people just leave me alone? I don't want to be on the stupid cart of this colony. I don't want to be part of this stupid colony. Does this interest you? Draw hands. Oh, thank you, just says, couldn't unsure how to react. I'll find something to do with this. He didn't like it. He didn't like it. Just some roots. Okay. Yeah, I better take another stress break. Good lord. That's in the lounge. So I'm taking some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. Approach Mars and Dis. Okay, but you do stink, you hear Mars defend herself. It's not my fault that you can't tell. Maybe your nose stopped working, but the rest of us can smell it, and... She waves her hands in front of her nose and makes a PU gesture and turns to you. He smells awful, right, Artemis? This whole planet smells awful anyway. It's 5 rebellion. This smiles shyly and Mars rolls her eyes. You're right, she admits, but some of us have higher standards than others. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls, even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again, and the excitement you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with enthusiastic shouts of surprise! A returning year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is in the second month of quiet. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish like a magic trick. At least you think it's fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad grins. The foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find? Artemis is not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not right now. Your mom replies, not since the attack. Not with everything we know is out there now. You knew about the monsters, admit it. Your parents exchanged a heavy look. The surveyors knew there was something dangerous out there that we hadn't encountered yet, your mom admits after a guilty silence. But we didn't know it would attack the colony. We thought if we closed the gates and stayed inside, it wouldn't see us as a threat. We didn't want to scare everyone, your dad adds. It was just a precaution. Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rhett's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know, even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop in sometime. I will. Your mom gives you a stern look, and I know your friend Dis has been sneaking outside the wall, she says. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. What, me? Never. Yeah, you better never, your mom retorts, crossing her arms. Oh, we're sneaking out some more, all right. Need quiet. more biology for that. Maybe I should take biology class then. I would like to take self-defense first, though, so I'm gonna do that. Defense training. Let's do combat, +1 animals, +1 friendship with an enemy. You attend your first session of Security Chief Red's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and an enemy are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. Let me see. That's a good voice. You've been walking along, thinking you're safe within the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rhett shouts at you with your hand. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to chop that beast right in the throat. Hi-ya! He points at the assembled class, but only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for a demonstration? Step forward. The security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Rhett is like the biggest adult you know, and he's so intense. You step forward, and Rhett nods as he crouches down. Okay, he says, I'm a manticore stalking you through the forest. What do? I kick it in the face. Try to kick Rhett as he approaches you. He easily grabs your foot and flips you onto the mat. Ouch! Wrong. Use your brain, Artemis. The first thing you do is call for help. Then you run. Rhett grabs your forearm and hauls you off the ground. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt, so the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. An enemy still thinks you're cool for acting tough. She gives you another thumbs up. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons, with a few plasma rifles. You know you don't have to use them, but it will be good to know how. To work. Alright. 0, 1, 0, 2. Or is it the same? Yeah, it's like the same. Oh, +2. More. 5 stress. As you get older, challenges can have conditions. The challenge suite, social, mental, or physical terms and conditions appear in which decks you will work best. Try to collect yellow social cards if you want to win battles for social skills, empathy, persuasion, creativity, bravery. There we go. We're +1 combat. +4 combat. Yay, my animal skill is better. Combat is better. I want to get my perception better too. My toughness. Mid-quiet. Next month. I don't remember the enemy voice that I picked. Suddenly I trapped it in my room, an enemy says, telling you all about the bug she saw in her quarters. Its wings were as big as my hand, and it had feelers like, whoa! It's bouncing all over the place, like boing, boing, boing. She gestures excitedly, swinging her arms overhead. The bugs here are so big, and they're everywhere. I was going to give it to Tank, she says. She loves gross bug stuff, but she said I should just let it go because if it stung me, I might get weird mutant powers. I mean, other than the one I already have. And I wanted to see if I got more weird mutant powers, so I started jumping around off higher and higher things until I was jumping off the back of the ship. And I got in so much trouble, but it wasn't even that high. She stops in her tracks. Hold on, she says, stooping to rub irritably at her knees for probably the 100th time in the past 5 minutes. Hard! I'm gonna die! I busted on my knees and it's so itchy when my scales grow in. Annie, don't pick at it. Chief Steward Antecedent's voice rings out across the garrison yard, pleasant and firm. It instantly transports you back to being in the ship crash, tugging on her skirts and calling her auntie. An enemy jumps and stands up straight, her hands flying to her sides. But Mom, an enemy whines, digging her fingers into her knees as Antecedent approaches you both. It's so scratch-taciously itchy. I know, lovely, Antecedent soothes her, patting down her riotous red hair. But the more you pick at it, the thicker your scales are going to grow in. An enemy tucks her hands under her armpits to keep from scratching. What if I want to have cool scales? She pouts. Antecedent smiles indulgently. At the rate you're going, I'm sure you'll be covered in them before you know it. No need to rush. An enemy's skin is dotted with patches of protective blue-green scales that grow on whenever she gets a cut or scrape. She rubs the patch on her jaw indignantly, the one she got when she ran headfirst into the food synthesizer back on the ship. Learned. An enemy augment. Antecedent opens her satchel and pulls out a bundle of clothes. Queue for the name of printers over a week long, so I patched your pants with scraps from your brother's clothing. Please try not to put any more holes in them, or yourself, okay? She hands the clothes to an enemy and kisses her on the forehead. An enemy sticks out her tongue and gags. Yuck. An enemy evaluates the clothes as her mom walks away. Galactic, she breathes as she runs her fingers over the odd-colored patches. Then right in the middle of the yard, she unashamedly squirms out of her pants and pulls on the new ones. Wah! I look like a fighter jet from the Holos, she exclaims, showing off her new pants. Like when they stencil your kill count on your plane. Or like a really cool scar. And then he grins, yeah, you get it. My pants are scarred just like me. I can go take a class. Let's take a class. Life sciences? Yeah, let's do life sciences. Your brain supplies to medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on her bench, her head pillowed on a rolled up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tank sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. Turn to leave her in peace when you bump into an enemy. Whoa, an enemy says. She hardly ever sleeps. Like just a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. Learned Tangent augment. I'm so jealous for genetic enhancement.
We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers.
Oh, that startled
Please
me.
remain on the line as we value your call.
The enemy says, rubbing a little scale spreading on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. Shh, let's let her sleep. Tank's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says. No need to gawk. Get to work. Studying life sciences. Um, gotta be. There we go. Booyah. Worked well this month. Kudos. What's our biology now? 12. Using is 13. Well, 15 stretch, so quiet, early pollen. Let me see. Let's go visit with my papa. Starting rush. You meet your dad adjusting a watering pot in your mom's flower garden. Suddenly he sees you fit, his eyes runny and red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill on the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just the pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it had nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this year. She buries her nose deep in them, and they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees they sure are beautiful, and he blows his nose loudly. Sniff the flowers tentatively. They do smell good, and they look harmless. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe it's just the allergies. Hey, Artemis, I know the last 2 weeks have been very hard on you. This might be a good time to relax. Stick around with the quarters away. I only have 35 stress. I got my perception up. That's what I really want to do. Something plus perception? Toughness. I got my perception up. Persuasion. Can't go in there yet. Is that tough enough? What do you see about shoulder? Good toughness, pleasant friendship, high 15 stress. Okay, let's do that. Shoulder. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Oh boy! Good morning, Artemis. Looks like you're working for your old lady. I hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're my kid. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Why not use hydroponics? On the ship, we grew most of our plants with their roots in the water. It's true it was more hygienic that way, your mom replies. She brushes an insect off her arm, which lets out a loud squeak of objection. But hydroponic systems use way too much energy. Here we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Let's get to work. That's my kid, your mom says, slapping you on the back. You stumble a little. In stress, plus 1 toughness. Your arms start to ache after the first hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted, and good somehow. You feel your muscles growing already. Get to work. Okay, we just need to get a goal of 12. 0, 0, 2, 3, 3. Yay, got more points with Cal. Toughness is up. Maybe we can go do some other shit now. Do maybe like... yeah, let's see about toughness. And then maybe we'll do some more exploring. I really want to get more perception. I'm just not sure how to get that one last that I need. Maybe 10 organizing or greater. Chief Administrator Seep greets you at the depot, then look you up and down. Artemis, you never struck me as particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize there was going to be a job interview. I can carry a lot. Strong for your age, maybe. But lucky for you, if you're the only applicant this week, you've got the job. For now, anyway. They use their elegant stylus to note this on their holophone. Back in a few minutes, and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. Emeries. Emeries. Here. Currency. Chips. 25 discs, 16 with cow. No, I can't get more with Tammy because she's dead. So 10. I just wanted to see some things. Alright. See about delivering some supplies. Ooh, that'll be us perception. Hell yeah. Seek sent you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart, stuff like tools and electronics. Some are high priority, which means you have to move fast. Minus stress. It's fun getting the all-important delivery coming through, and people actually get out of the way. Get to work. Okay. 1, 4, 1, 1. Soup. Rolling. Okay, my perception's up. Maybe I can do some more sneaking. You're finishing breakfast in the common room when Marzipan struts in. Look at you eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I bet you don't even know what day today is. Your birthday? No, you dummy, she exclaims, squatting your shoulder. My birthday is in the first month of wet season. You better remember that. Today, she announces, is St. Valentine's Day. Dis and Cal wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, Mars explains, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there were decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Diz snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back, well, nobody was going to pick you anyways. You stink. I know who my best friend will be. Mars bats her eyes jokingly. Oh, really? Who could it be? She asks playfully. I'm going to tell the other kids about it, Mars says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or it doesn't count. If too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Next month, next month. Mars has clearly been waiting for someone to be their BFF, but she's trying to play it cool, looking expectant and nonchalant at the same time. She's having her foot while idly kind of looking around nothing. On second thought, Mars looks hurt for a second and says, I'm booked anyway. No more room for more friends. Goodbye. Where is my bestie? Hello, weird little boy. Come here. Watch this, watching the jungle through a gap in the fence, peeking the dirt with his toe. He's quiet when you walk up. He must be in one of his moods. Hey, want to be best friends? You just blurted out of nowhere, just shrugs. Not really, he replies without looking at you. Guess you should go then. Awkward. Watch with him. You sit and watch the jungle with him for a while. You ask if he sneaks out there often. Just nods quietly. A few times, yeah. There's a way through the garrison building. You both sit in silence again for a long while until he breaks it by saying, he's really nice out there. Want to be best friends to annoy Mars? You explain that, of course, you aren't taking it seriously. You just think it would be funny. He looks at you and shrugs. Sure, I guess, he says, and looks back at the forest. It is kind of funny. It's a stupid thing, anyway. I want to do this fun. I do want to sneak out some more, I think. Yeah, let's sneak out. Screw it. Sneak through the drain. Bye. The muck hides interesting bugs and other treasures for those willing to put their hands down the right holes. Are you? Peek inside that hole. Looks dark. Look closer. Sir? Stuck your hand down enough holes to know. This one's probably safe. You can't hear anything rustling around in there. Put your hand in there. Sweet, literally. The hole is full of sugar bugs. These palm-sized balls of squish exude a sweet syrup when you tickle them. You fill a bottle with them, then let them go again. Should be worth a few kudos to Auntie Seaton in the kitchens. Very nice. Vlog. We probably only have time to do, like, one more thing. Oh, creature. You spot a group of hop-eyes playing in a clearing. They let you get pretty close to watching them chatter to each other and rub noses. They're all friends, just like people, but if they hop away if you get too close. Off for their territory. Challenge 27. Alright. 2, 3. Okay, that's 13. That should get us. It's 12. So we only need a score of 2 now. So 1, 2, 4.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Maybe I do know the Muffin Man. The hop-eyes are wary at first, but you crouch down and copy their cute little squeaking noises. You bounce towards them, and amazingly, they don't hop away. You play with the hop-eyes for a few minutes before moving on. Little guys. I better get back. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing. Let's see about this. Some farmland has spilled outside the walls. The fields don't look like they're doing very well. Nobody's around right now. In fact, it looks a bit abandoned. There are some meager-looking crops ready to harvest, but animals are starting to get at them. Salvage. You pull up a handful of wrinkly tubers. They're probably supposed to be potatoes eventually, or maybe yams. It's hard to tell. You dig around a little longer, but it's been all pretty picked over. Too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. Well, that was the plan. A lot of exploring. Yeah. I had better take that rest. Let me see. Is there wants to talk to me. No. Well, Mars wants to talk to me. We will. Mars is in a huff, because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day? Seems like nobody picked her. She crosses her arms and scowls at you. I can't believe you chose this over me? Whatever, Mars mutters, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. I'm sorry. I just want to bond with the weird kids so bad. And also Cal. Relax in the lounge. You split your time between watching holovids, listening to music, and studying for class. Occasionally, someone asks you to run an errand for them. You go on long walks. Overall, you spend the month relaxing and doing whatever you want, whenever you want. You really needed this. Okay, I'll get rid of discovering. Yes. It's time once more for Vertumnalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow. Though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations, the Vertumnalia just feels different in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Udicott's speech. What a year Vertumnia has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you, so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. That we bring with us a sense of humanity, cooperation, resilience, creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Fortuna can sustain megafauna, then it means conditions are good for us as well. And geoponics are already working on logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, a second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There's a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers, did you hear? My dad's say Udicott's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping somewhere to spend all of the kiddos we've been saving up. There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice smelling soap. Not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes, but you've never actually done it. Colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad's give me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Udicott, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look and she claps. Udicott gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you, and the colony is your government. The music starts up as Governor Udicott finishes. Thank you for all your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together we build the future. Okay, toughness. What's my toughness? 12, perception 4. Science fair, creativity. Let's do the science fair. Dress versus and sets up for the annual Vertumnalian Games. Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair, and bot wrestling, now with an obstacle course. Which one do you participate in this year? Science fair. Guilty to friendship. Tangent. Your competitor for the science fair is predictably Tangent. Project is on the tensile strength of various building materials, concluding that mushwood is the best choice when you consider not just strength, but also sustainability and ease of use. Judges want to know what you've been working on. Oh, wow. 48. Two, 3, 11. I don't know if that's going to get me anything. 0, 0, 1, 3, That's not super great. Okay. 6. Not really what I was hoping for. Oh well. Next round. 37. 155 stress. Good lord. Um, is there a way to beat this? Yeah, you get 31. 70 stress though, wow. Fuck it. Victorious. That's one reason. In secret, you've been working on a social experiment about delayed gratification. You've been sneakily studying the adults, taking notes on their snacking habits and their mood. You found that Seek and Dr. Instance rarely eat sweets, but Utopia and Antecedent do all the time. Correlate this with their attention span when you see them tackle frustrating problems. You know, problems you can control and repeat, like if a child back talks to them. The judges are impressed with your methodology. Instance, perhaps a little begrudgingly, they award you with first place. Ooh, game status popular. Very nice. It's doubled for 3 months. Hell yeah. Minus 50 stress too. Oh. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western wall with discs launching water-filled poof shrooms down on the unsuspecting enemy with sports ball court below. Poof shrooms? Puff shrooms. The wall seemed like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge, so if you're looking for some solitude. Mid-dust, mid-dust. Anybody want to talk to us? We get better biology if we want to hang with Cal. Let me see. We need 20 biology? What's our biology now? Son. Let's take a class then. Let's take biology. Sciences. For today's project, Professor Hal tells you, we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent resource native to Wartumia. In the ideal conditions, it can grow to speed of over a meter a day. You have a diameter up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You're teamed up with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang takes up Surveyor's notes on the holonet. Mush trees, she reads, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil, Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics? Tang nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Artemis, do you have any suggestions? See to it daily. Tang protests, saying talking and seeing to plants is foolish and unscientific. Professor Howell reminds you that we don't know everything about Fortuna plants yet. Nobody has proved it doesn't work on mush trees. He gives you his blessing. Every day you rush into the classroom to check on its progress. You and Cal sing quietly to it. Tang flatly refuses to join in. By midweek it has sprouted, and if you look very closely, you think you can actually see it growing while you watch. By the end of the week, yours is one of the biggest mush trees in the class. But another group also tried Cal's water idea, and theirs is the same height as yours. How'd they do that without singing? It'll work. Okay. Yay! Biology is 17. Okay, plus for reason. 15. Okay. We'll do one more biology, I think. And then maybe we sneak out some more. Anybody want to talk? Alright. Let's do another biology class. Professor Howe tells you about how people on Earth would learn about reproduction on the social level before they learned about the science of how it all works. He says that you're lucky because if this were an Earth class, you'd probably all be carrying around triplets and pretending they're babies in an attempt to scare you off of prematurely reproducing. It sounds ridiculous. Even if you could accidentally reproduce, which you can't, it's not like you have to take care of the baby on your own. The whole colony would help raise it. Get to work. One biology. Ooh, biology 22 now. Very nice. Oh, we haven't gone to the depot yet either. Let's check that out. Let's go to Cal first, though. Cal is scooting an empty wheelbarrow through the gardens. Beep, beep, he cheers. I'm a garden bot. Get out of my way. He pulls up beside you and laughs. Say, Artemis, what's happening? Want to hear a fun nature fact? You've recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hopeyes. Hopeyes have 1 foot and 2 tail forks and 3 stomachs and 4 eyes. Friendship plus 2 biology. If you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal laughs, finishing the mnemonic with you. Wait, how did they find out that hopeyes have 3 stomachs? I don't want to know. What do we do to get better friendship with Kay? Study. I need a bit of reasoning. Training. I need 20 toughness. Let's do some toughness training. Yeah, screw it. Let's play sports ball. You run into Cal and an enemy on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's a caber toss! An enemy shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long mush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts, and ties a piece of caution tape to the end of the pole. Your turn next, Cal says, pointing to a neatly stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they're probably destined to be a new lookout tower someday. Choose a bigger, heavier one. Bravery. Challenge mode! Wee-oo, wee-oo! Cal makes a noise like a siren. Shouts down to an enemy. Artemis is going to throw a big one, so you better get out of the landing zone. The pole isn't actually that heavy, but its length makes it hard to balance. You struggle to get underneath it with your knee bent. This is going to be tough. Oh, 47. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Plus 1, 0, 2, We'll go with the 9. It's not great, though. Yeah, it's the same way. Alright. I mean, 25. We're getting 25. Let me see, though. I'm gonna push through stress. We did go relax again, but no skill changes. Pole comes sailing down the hill, past all the other poles coming to rest sticking out of the ground. Well, you beat my distance, an enemy says when she jogs back up. Players can't beat each other in mushroom toss, Cal corrects her. They can only beat their own high scores. But you get 2, no 3 bonus points if it sticks out of the ground like that. Play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rolls and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire stack of poles are in a jumble at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. Get to work. Jeez. Yeah, I better go rest. I just wasn't expecting to do that. If there's a way I can spend kudos at the depot, I think I'm gonna do that real quick. Supply depot. Ooh, cake. 5 animals with some amount of flushes. 5 persuasions. Really use the boost to handle persuasion. Let's do persuasion. And then let's go rest. Relax in the lounge. You look around the lounge. Some friends are here. Who do you hang with? Cal. Cal is practicing hoverboard moves in a corner of the lounge. Because the board never touches the ground, the adults can't really complain, and this way he has pillows to land in. He's working hard, trying and failing, flip after flip, but hasn't even broken a sweat. He waves you over. Hey, Artemis, he says cheerfully. Do you want to practice with me? You practice with Cal for about an hour. It's exhausting. What's my toughest? By the end, you're sweaty and a little sore, but you feel good. You promise him you'll come back all this month and keep him company. I don't want to get rid of any of those right now. Yes. Mid-wet. Late-wet. Anybody want to hang out or talk to me first? Let me check that. It does. Hang on. What's my best score right now? Bravery's 30. Very nice. Hold this to your head now, my darling. You hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him, holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, Artemis. Tira greets you with a kind smile. Don't worry. Your Cal's in a trance. Just took a tumble off of something he shouldn't have been climbing. Mom, Cal complains. It wasn't that bad. Are you going to be okay? I'm okay, Cal reassures. I just bonked my head a little. Well, always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile, even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tara says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. He looks over to you. Don't let him show off for you, Artemis. Crown-face feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Tara laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protests, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really does love his mom. He really loves his mom. Okay. What do I do? I'd like to up my bravery. I need to up my bravery. Some more. I'm gonna focus on bravery and I think perception and biology. Sportsball. Mars may not be as skilled a sportsball player as an enemy, but she plays hard. She orders people around like a team captain, but she isn't so great at passing the ball. She'd rather be the star. Her favorite thing is to spike the ball right into the opposing net stop's body. It's not a legal move, but she's done it so many times that the opposition now stands further back when Mars has the ball, which is exactly what she wants. Did you see that? An enemy complains to you during a break. Mars won't pass the ball to either of us for 10 more minutes. Somebody has to do something. An enemy looks at you questioningly. Let's just not pass her the ball. The rest of the game, you and an enemy pass to each other and ignore Mars. She notices but assumes you just want to be the star too and doesn't give you any hassle. The thing you've learned with Mars is that she loves to be the best, but she doesn't have the kind of ego that makes her mean about it. It doesn't really solve the problem, but it's kind of fun anyway. Hard locked slot. Yeah. Hey, my bravery is up. The commotion in the square, an expedition's vehicle is driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square. An unusual sight. People come down from commands to investigate. Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudges over to Uticott. After a brief discussion, you see Uticott gestures for people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see what they're unloading. It's a body. Chief Surveyor Tonan's body. Someone quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before the image of his torn open body is seared into your memory. However he died, it was violent and bloody. You feel your stomach cramp with nausea. What happened? Dis asks, coming over to crouch around the corner with you. You share that Uncle Tonan is dead, and he stares at the sheet-covered body intensely, as if you could see through it. Did they say how? They never tell us the truth anyway. Nobody will tell the kids what really happened. Did something eat him? Did he get lost or fall off a cliff? Do they even know? Dis nods, frowning. They don't want us to know about the monsters. They know their worst stuff. They want us to think everything is fine, but it's not. This planet isn't as nice as they say it is. He shakes his head. They hate that they can't control us. You and Dis watch the adults carry Uncle Tonan's body away. From the way he's practically vibrating, you can tell Dis wants to ask more questions about what happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away without saying anything, probably to try to go take a look at the body. At least Tammy isn't around to see this, you think. At least they're together now, wherever people go when they die. It's so sad. Watch Utopia bend over to get a hug from Uticott, wiping her eyes as she finally cries. Uticott has never been the most comforting president in your life, but it seems to help. Utopia will probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She was only a toddler when the stratosphere left Earth. Apparently her sharp eyes and hoverbike training skills are the best in the expeditions. Best in expeditions. Back to glow again, huh? New perk. Bravery level 1. Draw extra card. Draw an extra card to start with challenge effects decks. Ooh, that's cool. Thank you. What is everyone doing? I feel like this is too dangerous for me to go sneak out, even though that's kind of what I want to do. Or bravery, I think. I'd like to get bravery in. Do another sports ball challenge. And then, yeah. It'll probably be time for me to hop off here soon. I probably played, it's like 3:46 on my clock. So I'll probably just play for like another 14 more minutes. We'll see what we can get done then in that time. Training in the dark is really hard. You lose a lot of sports balls under the bleachers and in dark corners this month. You submit a request to engineering to make some sort of glow-in-the-dark paint so that it's easier to spot the ball, but it gets rejected for not being a priority concern. Get to work. Okay. Worked well this one. +1 bravery. Thank you. My bravery is now 37. We'll get to 40 here soon. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal violence of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed, you drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the sun almost rises past the horizon again, the sirens start. The sun's almost. You're reading a hollow novel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots down the hallway outside your corridors. An alert flashes on your holopalm. Shelter in the creche, this is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are going to stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We're way more prepared than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. You can go to the creche where you belong, or you can follow the security guards and see what's happening at the gates. Let's go to the creche this time. Creche. You head for the children's creche. Even with emergency lights on, your feet can never forget the way. When you get there, you spot Tangent and Dis huddled together on the beanbag chairs. Dis is stone-faced as usual, and he's holding Tangent in his arms. You can't remember the last time you saw them this close. Tang must be really scared. You take a seat on the beanbag chair and wait. Other children filter in the room after you. Anemone, her little brothers, Nougat, you don't see him, so Cal must be sheltering with your parents in the greenhouse. You hope they're okay. Talk to Dis and Tang. So dumb they won't let us outside, Dis grumbles. We live here too. We deserve to know what's going on. They're treating us like little kids. I'm not even scared. You search for his face for signs he's lying to sound cool, but his bad mood is sincere. Tangent smacks his arm. Don't be ridiculous, she snaps. There's dangerous animals out there. Dis just shrugs. Nothing scares him. You don't hear much from outside. After a while, the sirens sound all clear, and you file back to your quarters. Your mom and dad join you right away and give you a big hug and thank you for following their instructions. When things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Rhett, but all of his defensive improvements were exactly what you needed, your mom grumbles. Ugh, he's going to be insufferable at the next council meeting. Your dad pats her hand. Credit where credit's due, Flulu Bell, he says, and she smiles to frighten herself. It could have been worse. Your mom nods. They both sit in silence before your dad speaks again. Poor Hal, he sighs. What a way to go. Professor Hal? Your parents startle. Hey, Pumpkinhead, your dad says. They're going to announce in a few hours, after everyone's had a chance to calm down. He didn't make it. What happened? Don't worry about that, your mom replies, shooting your dad a look to keep him talking. It's adult stuff, okay? You guys won't be able to go into the engineering wing for a little bit, not until it's decontaminated. You curl up quietly to think, Professor Hal can't just die. He can't just be gone. He's your teacher. And the engineering wing is where you take classes. You can imagine something bad happening in such a safe place. You fall asleep thinking for sure there's been some mistake. Age 12. Age 12. Minus 31. Everyone's just dying. Damn. Damn, this game is brutal. I'll find bravery one more time. And then we'll do more. Well, we can't do biology now because my teacher fucking died. Let's play sports ball, I guess. When there's no sports ball game on, the security teams who train nearby use the field to practice with long-range rifles. Did you show up to sports ball practice? Com is helping to take down the net. Sorry, kiddos, he says. Ritz wants us practicing with the big guns today. We can't have you running around the place. The bullets in those drone rifles are heat-seeking, and even though they're programmed to avoid human targets, safety first. But today was supposed to be our day to have the sports ball field, Cal complains. You soldiers don't even want to play sports ball. You just want to shoot your dumb, noisy guns. An enemy bounces over. Oh, hello? They have more than just big guns. They have cool stun gloves that are like magical lightning arcing on your fingertips. It's super galactic. Cal shakes his head. That's not the point. Stand up to those soldiers. You rip the net out of Com's hands and start putting it back up. An enemy looks nervous. Here comes the security chief Red. He looks scary, angry, Artemis. Don't back down. You stand your guard when the security chief tries to intimidate you with his loud voice and big chest. Today was your day to use the field. Red sees the fire in your eyes, and after a minute he laughs and gives in. You're a tough one, hon, Artemis, he says, a twinkle in his eye. Okay, you're right. Today was your day to use the sports ball field. Come, we'll have to train with something else today. Huh, that wasn't so hard. Sports ball, yes. Defense. 3, 5, 6, 3, 2, 2, 1. 26. Let's go, gamers. Yay! My bravery is done. You've been having weird dreams as usual. They seem to be getting worse around Glow. You wake from a dream that has tears drying on your face so you can't remember why, just that you were terrified. Whatever it was, it felt real enough that for a moment you just lie in bed with your eyes closed and try to calm your breathing. You blearily rub your eyes and... Surprise! Oh, it's your birthday. Your dad leaps onto your bed and gives you a big cuddle. Happy birthday, little tomato head. 12 years old. Wow, can you believe it? No, your mom answers for you, laughing as she hands you presents. It was just yesterday. Andy Seaton was showing me how to change your diaper. Because it's your birthday, your parents have brought in food from the canteen so you can all eat together on your bed. As you stuff your face with savory tofu chunks, you open your presents. Which one is your favorite? Let's get the photo phone art of your best friend. Photo phone art. The instrument is part flute and part paintbrush and uses a neural link to paint holograms in the air as you play. How did this know? It's cool as hell. What a great gift. You can't wait to practice it in the lounge. Everyone's gonna love it. As your dad clears the wrapping paper and the dishes for breakfast, your mom folds her hands on the table and gives you a serious look. Uh-oh. So, she says, we've been here 2 years now. I know your dad and I have always said you're in charge of your schedule. We've been keeping an eye on you. A loving eye, your dad interjects, stuffing wrapping paper into the recycler pickup bin. A trusting, gentle eye. Professor Hal used to tell us all the time about how hard you're trying in school, your mom continues. That's great. Your dad and I are really proud of you. Working might seem fun and grown up when you're a kid, but you want to do more than manual labor. You'll need some book smarts too. Your dad joins you. So, it's time to start thinking about how you're going to contribute to the colony when you're older. At the look on your face, he laughs. Don't worry, we're not going to make you get a job right away. We're just asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? Farmer, teacher, famous idol, monster hunter, governor of Virginia. Famous idol. Consequence. You've been watching those influencer videos again, haven't you? She accuses. Ugh, I hate that we scrapped those off the holonet before we left. You know they were made up most of the time, right? No one really lived like that by the time we left Earth. Well, your mom starts to get up. I'm sure your friends all want to wish you a happy birthday. She stops and snaps her fingers. Oh, you might not have considered a career as a depot clerk, but Al and Barney mentioned their daughter Mars is working there and she needs some help. Now that people can freely order luxuries, it's pretty busy over there. Sure beats shoveling dirt, your dad laughs. If you don't take that job, you tell Mars I'll be right there. Your mom rolls her eyes and smiles. Okay, we're into that much bravery, so let me turn that in with our very good friend Dis. And maybe do one more thing, and then we should probably hop off. You hear Dis sniffling, finding him tucked into a leeward alcove of the walls. He stumbles to his feet when he sees you approach. What do you want? He scowls. Did Mars send you, Tang? I'm not going back. I'm not going to just do what people tell me. Dare you go into a restricted area? You dare Dis into exploring the creepiest, darkest part of engineering, deep down where even Chief Engineer Instance never goes, under the recycling room where they say there are ghosts. You set the mood, then sneak around behind him, put your holocron flashlight under your face, and shout, Boo! He rolls his eyes. Artemis, think about it. If there were ghosts on a spaceship, one of them would be my mom. Oh yeah, you guess that would scare a normal person, but Dis still isn't scared of anything. Dis is sitting in the bed in one of the expedition vehicles, tinkering with a bit of tech. He tries to hide it when he sees you, but it's in so many pieces that he only manages to shove some behind him before he gives up and glares at you mistrustfully. What do you want? What are you doing? Dis squints at me. Promise you won't tell on me, he says. Promise. You weren't using it. He starts, already sounding defensive as he starts turning the biggest piece of the device over in his hands. It was just sitting there at command. So when they weren't looking, I just took it. I took it and no one noticed. He seems excited about this fact. I think it's part of a communication device, he says thoughtfully. So I'm trying to figure out how it works. I want to talk to the aliens. Just be careful, okay? This fiddles with the device and nods. Who cares, he says. People on Earth used to do stuff like this, thinking that it could pick up the voices of ghosts, Dis says. But it's probably just radio waves. So I figure, if I'm looking for radio waves, aliens have to use this, he continues quietly with great conviction. They have to. You can't have this much life on a planet without some of it being smart like we are. He sighs. I just want to talk to them, he says. Maybe I'd fit in more with aliens than I do here. Anything is possible. Dis nods and looks outward into the mushroom forest. I know you're just trying to be nice, he says quietly. Even if you think we're really alone out there and you're just lying to make me feel better, it's still nice. Okay, can we do biology? What's the house with that? Life sciences. You're not sure what to expect from a life science class less soon after Professor Hal's death. He was the teacher back on the ship. Who could possibly replace him? You take your seat in the classroom. There's no teacher here yet. You and the other students wait, exchanging awkward glances as the time passes. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance breezes through the door. She's accompanied by Tang, who takes a seat beside you, barely giving you a second to look. Life sciences, Instance snaps. You can tell me what it is. She points at you. Artemis. Student with the correct answer, please. Biochem, medicine, ecology, geology. You rattle off the subject names. Instance doesn't look pleased, but she doesn't look disappointed either. It's about as good as you ever get from her, honestly, so you counted that as a win. Get to work. 2, 3, 2, 2. Damn. Okay. There we go. You worked well this month. +1 biology, arts my biology. 29, very nice. +1 reasoning, +15 stress. Alright, it is now mid-quiet, or late-quiet, and I should probably hop off here. Look at all the memories I have now. I have so many. It's very good. I have a couple of things here, some collectibles. We have 3 parts of friendship with Dis. 2 with Cal, and 1.5 with Tangent and Anemone. They're tied, like half of one for Mars. So we're gonna leave things here, I think. Thank you so much for watching the stream today. This game is a lot of fun. I enjoy it immensely. But it's time for me to hop off, and so before I do that, we should probably pick someone to go raid. Sure who all is on today, but let's go look. Let's go look. Let's see. I see the Moonshot Network is on right now, and they're playing Deltarune. Gojima Ghosts, playing Path of Exile. I think I want to go raid the Moonshot Network. They're a really fun podcast network. I enjoy several podcasts they have on there. Probably none as much as their shows like Interstitial, Got It Memorized, and Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends. Those are probably my 3 favorites, and they all in some way involve Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, let's rate them. If you don't want to get spoilers for Deltarune Chapter 3, maybe bounce, but I'm gonna, I think. Not sure who's on playing, but hopefully we can read them. Get them some more viewers.